Listen, if you don't know by now, it's time for you to learn today. We're talking about a dude that didn't just show up on Saturdays. He took over the game. A playmaker with that blink and his six type speed. That give me the ball and move out the way type confidence. I'm talking about Antonio Williams. This ain't just another receiver. No. Hold on a second. This is a route technician with game-breaking ability. Smooth on the cuts, dangerous after the catch, and when the lights are bright, yeah, shit get real. So the real question is, are we looking at the next breakout star or a future problem with every defense on Sundays? It's your boy Big Herb, and you already know what time it is. So let's get straight to it.
Man. Check out Off the Bench anytime you get a chance. Hey, Off the Bench is 89. Check it out.
What up? What's good? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb, and welcome to another episode of Off the Bench. We are on the road to 1,000 subs. So before we go any further, do your homeboy a like. Do me a big favor. It's only gonna take up 2, maybe 3 seconds of your time, and it's free, totally free. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you could be abreast of what's next on Off the Bench. And guys, man, we got some stuff to talk about today. We got to talk about our second receiver that was picked up at the pick number 71 overall in the NFL draft this past weekend. That's none other than Antonio Williams. Antonio Williams is a former Clemson Tiger wide receiver, known as a 2-time All ACC selection, a reliable pass catcher. Over the 43 games of his career, he's amassed over 208 receptions, 2,336 yards, and 21 touchdowns, finishing as one of Clemson's most productive receivers. He was selected in the 2026 NFL draft following a breakout 2024 season with 904 yards. And we're going to get into what happened in 2025. So you're probably asking like, okay, well, Herb, we picked up a receiver. We definitely needed a number 2. I mean, Ayuk ain't here yet. So, and we didn't sign Debo. We didn't sign Jennings. So, and I mean, we're just supposed to rely on Trey Burks. What's his name? Luke McCaffrey, who we supposed to be really working with. So, credit to AP as to get the player that we actually needed. With David Blau going in saying like, hey, we need another receiver here. Terry's going to get the bulk of it. He's going to get his 10 targets a game. But we still need that one other guy who can actually open up the defense. I mean, yeah, we got Chigakonkwo. That's great. We got Terry. We need another weapon, though. And with that, we picked up Clemson's Antonio Williams. Now, you're probably wondering, like, what those numbers that I just presented to you, why aren't they like even bigger bigger numbers? Well, you got to look at it from the standpoint first. It wasn't his fault. It was more so the talent around him. Last year, Clemson didn't really do so well, and that's mainly to blame with their quarterback play. He was their pretty much only star on that offense. I mean, nobody else on there was really even the caliber of what they really should be. In all honesty, I think that kind of worked out for the Commanders because with that lower production with the team, because they had some stars on there, but the QB play was ass. But with that whole entire situation that he dealt with in college, I think it may have helped. It may have worked in our favor as the Commanders because we actually got a damn good player coming in, and his production was only down because his team was bad. But that doesn't mean that his talent can't flourish when he comes onto this offense. So let me start off with some things that we could go ahead and talk about. For starters, just I told you he made 208 over his whole career. He's made 208 receptions, 23, 36 receiving yards, and 21 touchdowns. Even going to massive 25 carries for 187 yards and 2 touchdowns. And also in the combine, he ran a 4.41 with a 40 dash. Basically, he's a high volume possession receiver with consistent involvement in the offense. So we asking like, so what is in the long run? What does that mean? Yeah, that means that he's a productive receiver. He's consistently getting catch receptions over and over and over. He could be a slot demon for us. Like it could really be a problem, especially with David Blau trying to run a Detroit style offense to where you think of the first player that comes to mind when it comes to receiver at the slot in that offense, and Ross St. Brown. Or you may think of some other people like, what's his name? Jesus, I'm losing track of his name. The receiver, Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin is another one that you could actually think of. So that's just something to just put in the back of your mind. Just let's sit it right here and just remember that. Okay. So let's talk about his strengths because obviously we got to talk about what makes him great. His efficiency and reliability. Last year alone, he was above average with as a number 1, number 2 role and with his catch completion percentage was 68%. Drop rate was 3 to 5%. Very low, strong hands. Third down conversion rate was high use targets with clutch situations. I mean, he's definitely a quarterback friendly receiver. Very reliable, very consistent, low risk. So that's something that we need out of our receiver, especially out of the slot, because Jayden likes to throw to his tight ends, and he had, if you're a pretty good slot receiver, he will get you the ball. As far as like his usage, average depth of target, it was about 7 to 10 yards. Slot usage, it was about 65% to 75% of the snaps. Definitely has some strong yak ability as well. Because I mean, we need those yak yards. Because I mean, when you look at it as far as like when Terry gets the ball, yeah, he gets a couple catches, but then he also gets like clipped down. We also look as far as like No Yak Zach from last year. Now we got Chigga Conko. He can go ahead and get you some yak ability. We also got a receiver that we just picked up with Antonio Brown. He's got yak ability, averaging a strong 4 to 6 yards per catch. So I mean, come on, man. That's it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, I don't just want my receiver to just catch that joint and they fall down. No, fight for some extra yardage. We gonna need it. This tells you that he's not a deep ball merchant. He wins underneath in space. And he's basically a chain mover for the offense. I mean, his explosiveness, he has 20 yard per play. His 20-yard play is moderate. It's not elite, but yards per route run is about 2.3. It's solid, but it's not top 10. Top tier. He's efficient, but it's not like vertical field tier, like top burner wide receiver type moves. He's actually pretty damn good. But before we go any further, let's go into the comment section real quick. Small talk, ENT, Herb, what's good? What's going on, family? Hope everything's going well on your end. Rev, tapping in, nephew, what's good? Praying your day is going well. Appreciate you too, family. Everything's going Gucci over here. I hope everything over there is well for you as well. Small talk also brings up, don't forget, we throw a tight end screen to Ertz this past season. Yes, he does. They do. So with Chig coming in, I think we're gonna be pretty good for the tight ends because yeah. But I'm also looking at situational impact with Antonio. Red zone targets was pretty moderate. Screen game usage is pretty high. First down generation is high. Relative on targets. He's used as a extension to the run game, plus safety valve. That's something that really look at whenever you have your receiver. Because I mean, yeah, you want to get the let's look at it like this. Let's say we run the plays as far as like get a run play going on, and we get like 3 or 4 yards. Okay, you go ahead and get you try to find a chain mover, especially with the offense with the quarterback that we got. You can go ahead and expect that if we get that 6 yards on that play, so we're looking at like 6 to 7 yards. So we also looking at like like 3rd and 1 or first down every single time, especially with him in a slot situation. Just looking at his play style comparison, like I said, to statistically profiles, his similar is to Amon-Ra St. Brown. His usage of slot is very dominant. Like I said, Chris Godwin, his versatility, and he's a chain mover. His strengths, let's see, he's elite at short intermediate separation, reliable hands, which is, like I said, he has a low drop percentage, high football IQ, zone awareness, consistent Yaka production. I mean, this is what we actually been looking for. Now, I will say this. He does have limitations that he needs to work on. He's not a true deep threat, but also they didn't really use him as a deep threat like that. Limited explosion play rate. So, I mean, that's just work. You just start working on your craft a little bit, and everything's going to work out with that. Depends on offensive structure. Depends on offensive structure. So, I mean, it depends on how we use him, and he'll be productive with it. At the end of the day, I think that everything's going to work out with this kid. I think with the you have the options of Chig, you have the option of Terry, you have the running game that's going to be pretty efficient. We got a great offensive line. If JD isn't on his back or isn't hurt this year, everything's going to work out. I truly believe this with this kid. Just looking at some of the projections that best fit role at the slot, the Z receiver. Expect early career output. I say about 60 to 70 catches, maybe about 700 to 900 yards. I say about like 4, maybe 6 touchdowns. So I'm looking at it like that. Also, his ceiling increase in a timing-based offense. Just think like a West Coast system. I think it's going to increase a lot if he actually is in a timing-based offense. So that's what I think. Antonio Brown, his stats doesn't really scream highlight machine, but they scream consistency, efficient. Let me read that again. I'm sorry. When we look at Antonio Brown's stats, it don't scream highlights. Like, it's not a highlight machine. He's not like boom, 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 flashy, flashy, flashy. They scream consistency, effective efficiency, and trust. So, would you like to go ahead and have a guy to move the chains? How we had this offense running, just running the ball, making sure that we can get a guy who's solidified as far as getting you that first down. Boom, boom, boom. Look at it like this. Offense starts off running the ball 5 yards. We go ahead and get Antonio 7 yards. Then we get a big run by Bill. That's 20 yards on the play. We get Terry on another 17-yard catch. We get Chig on a 10-yard catch. Okay, so we're at let's say first and goal. Move, we're gonna move those chains, right? We're gonna give it to Antonio. Let the rookie go in and shine. That's 7 on the board. Let's go ahead and get to work. So I need y'all to tell me in the comment section how you really feel about this kid and how he made you feel. Because I know when I first started off and he was drafted, I was like, who's this guy? I ain't even gonna lie to you. I had to do my homework on it because originally I was just like, I want Zach Branch. At first, I was like, okay, who is this guy? Because I honestly believe, like, I was doing my research on at 71, and I was looking at it from the standpoint of this. Like, we didn't have, I was looking at the, and I should have did better homework, and that's on me. But I'm looking at it from the standpoint of this. I didn't expect him to be available. This guy was actually supposed to be picked up in the second round. And for the life of me, a lot of receivers weren't picked up in the second round. So I was like, oh, well, okay. So when he came around, I was like, oh, so we got Clemson, because Clemson didn't really do that good last year. But that's why you got to do your research. Because this kid was actually pretty damn nice. He just had a shitty situation. I mean, he was on the breakout his sophomore year with 900 receptions. So, I mean, he's got that big playability. We just need to go ahead and put him in the best situation. So, I mean, I'm looking at it from the standpoint of that. We got some pretty good receipt. We got a Terry, we got Chig, we got Antonio. And if, God willing, the whole situation with Brandon Ayuk goes to play, we got a solid receiving core. One of the most entertaining things to really go ahead and look at this onside off season when we get to the training camp. So I need to ask y'all, what do y'all think about this whole entire situation? But as we go along, and I'll wait for you guys to write that in the comment section. Let me look at the comments real quick. Rev says the receivers this year are going to be thumpers producing yak. That's why Debo needs to be brought back to lessen wear and tear over 20 to 21 games. You catch the implication. He also says, hold on a second, these boys are issuing headaches this year. I hope so, man. The black and blue is back, down and dirty. Small Talk says, I love this move. I really do too. I mean, it grew on me after I did the research on it because, I mean, he made a lot of plays last year considering the situation that he was in. Now, they weren't like big, flashy. Like I said, he's not like a flashy play guy, but he moves the sticks. And truth be told, I need efficiency. I could care less about some highlight plays or whatever. I just want you to go ahead and be productive. That's the only thing I can ask for. But I got to be productive and say, like, hey, maybe W could go ahead and get you some production.
So let me fill you in on W. W is a powdered energy drink that replaces other inferior caffeine beverages. It contains 0 maltodextrin, 0 fillers, 0 artificial colors or dyes, and is no proprietary blends. The star of the show is our caffeine fruit extract, which helps you focus with no jitters or no crashes. Can't even front, man. This is a pretty tasty beverage. I recommend that you go online to w.com to go ahead and get your own shaker bottle, your own Japanese energy blend that they have on here. This one, Japanese yuzu, like I said before. You can go on and get different type of flavors that they have on there and go ahead and order yours. And here's the thing, when you go on there, go ahead and type in the promo code ODBHTTC for 10% off on all your products.
Secure the W by going on to w.com and going ahead and get you 10% off of all your products by putting in the promo code ODBHTTC. For more information, go on to w.com and go and get you the dub. So before I end this out, guys, I got to say that this guy is a trusted receiver. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he's going to be this training camp. He's going to go obviously next week. May the 8th is when they actually have a rookie minicamp. So I'm interested to see how this is going to go down. I mean, you have a guy who keeps drives alive. He makes the quarterback look better. And he's going to become a fan favorite. He's going to become a fan favorite quietly. I could definitely see the production that this kid could put up. So, I mean, if he gets like 6 catches a game, that's going to be really nice. And it's going to be one of those like 3rd and 4. He's going to get that reliable catch. He's going to be trusted because he doesn't drop the ball. He gets the shit done. And that's the type of stuff I need out of my number 2 receiver. Terry's going to go ahead and get the big plays because he's going to get those targets. Chig is going to get us those quick little inside short routes. I think Antonio's going to be a problem this year. He's going to be a problem to where it's not going to be dominant. It's not going to be like, oh my God, we got Randy Moss or whatever. He's going to be a problem because everybody's worried about Chiggy. Everybody's worried about Terry. Everybody's worried about the run. What could possibly happen? JD5 could actually go out there and scramble for 30 yards. But man, Antonio, he's going to be special. So, and I mean, I really want that for Jaden. Jaden deserves it. Finally got some receivers who could actually work. And I mean, if let's see, 49ers stop playing around and get BA here, sky's the limit. But guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. It's been lovely, as we always do every single time. Make sure you hit that like. If you're watching this post show, go ahead and leave us a comment in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can be abreast of what's next on Off the Bench. And as always, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace.